Ion Cuțelaba versus
Magomed Ankalaev.
That's right. I already forgot his name. Magomed Ankalaev. Holy shit! It started off exactly what everyone was expecting.
Oh, of course. Now we got to talk about that the before the fight even started.
Yeah.
So, you know, Cuțelaba.
I forgot about that.
No, I didn't forget about it. Cuțelaba does his like neck throat thing, but he walks across the octagon. But he crossed the monster emblem up into Magomed's face.
Dude, they chested each other up.
And he literally, but Magomed kind of knew what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
He just tossed him
Got
off
double
into the
underhooks
fence.
instantly, threw him up.
And you could tell Cuțelaba didn't want to fight him at that moment because the whole thing could have been done.
Yeah, he was just all fucking chest puffing up, running up to him, dude. It was, honestly, I started laughing when I saw that.
You look at the trend of Cuțelaba, if you watch his weigh-ins, his face-offs towards the end, you know, even in Portland when they were here back in like 2016, 17, he got right up in his face and yelled.
Yeah.
I forget who was fighting on that card, but it's just like, he's a wild man. He's a savage. He's insane.
That's a huge part of his game plan to really mess up the psyche of his opponent. He wants to get in the guy's head and just do those mental games. And
well, they call him the Hulk for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it worked.
Yeah, so do I.
I mean, think it worked.
To a point, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about the actual fight. So after that debacle, which again with the former Conor McGregor Khabib Nurmagomedov fight that took place, you know, a few years back, wouldn't we have better security so that something like that with the Cuțelaba thing? And granted, it didn't get anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. We still had a fight. Everything was fine and dandy.
Yeah.
But with security, we got to step up. We can't even allow him to cross.
It should have never happened.
No, when you're doing the introductions, if they go past the middle point of that octagon, you got to step in. They have security guards in there.
Yeah.
So, they have like 6 or 8 of them on each corner. So it's like, how do you not stop him before he crosses that threshold?
Yeah, I think
now it just surprised me.
Yeah, now everyone knows with this guy, hey, you got to be there. It's like, remember when, I guess you could just use this, and Khabib and Conor fought, they had freaking 15 guards standing in the perfect line. Like, no one was stepping mid-octagon. There was not that today. No. There was not that last night. No, it was weird because no one was even trying to stop him.
No one
was.
He was
just walking straight forward and then chested the guy up. And then they finally separated him. That was wild, honestly. I was like, oh, hell yeah. That got me so hyped for this fight. Yeah. And then,
because we knew it was going to be a barn burner no matter what anyway.
It was easily going to be the fight of the night. Everyone thought it was going to be fight of the year. Like, we all saw that meme I posted.
Well, Cuțelaba, too. Like, he just always comes with that intensity every single fight. So, like, when he does do all his shit, you actually do believe it and you get behind the hype. You know what I'm saying? So, I was stoked for this. I was ready to go. I was all excited. I didn't get to watch this fight live. I was at a soccer game, and my girl's soccer game, and then coming back, and I was watching the fights, and I'm like all pumped up, ready to go. And the way this thing ended in 37 seconds or something. Yeah. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the exchanges. Just the exchanges. Like, Ion was just swinging hammers.
Oh, yeah,
He didn't land. He landed a couple shots, but he didn't land much. He was swinging hammers, swinging wild haymakers, really winging it. But Askarov, man, I was impressed with his kicks. Oh, Ankalaev.
He's saying
you call him Askarov. I have no idea who Askarov is. I know there's an Askarov. I probably just watched him fight. Either way, Ankalaev, man, I was really impressed with his kicks. 4 head kicks in a row, and he landed almost every one. A couple of them got blocked. But
I was going to say, towards those end, and that's why the stoppage was so controversial, because those last 2 head kicks that he threw did not land, though.
No, well, one did land perfectly, right on his chin, didn't get touched.
The 2 following didn't. Okay. And that's what in the strikes to his head didn't. Well,
did they land on the head while it hit his hand? Because that happens a lot. People don't think about that. Oh, they blocked that head kick.
Well, right.
No, the shin still hit his head.
Right. But
he had a arm up.
But. Watch it, man. I mean, those kicks, those last ones didn't land.
Okay, because there was a couple that did land beautifully, right. And I definitely think he was concussed a little bit. And let's talk about how he's wobbling. Mm-hmm. He was obviously wobbling, and that's what stopped the fight. Ultimately, was the wobbles. Do I agree with the stoppage? Let's just get into that. Hell, fucking no. That was one of the worst goddamn stoppages I've ever seen as an MMA fan. Probably the worst. I can't even think of many that can compete with that kind of stoppage. Maybe Michael Chiesa and Kevin Lee. But even then, the guy that was the worst stoppage I've ever seen. I just don't even know. I don't even know how to explain.
Here's the thing. I mean, you go for grounds of stoppage for if someone's not intelligently defending themselves. He did not take so many shots that, first off, Cuțelaba was having the power to throw back, and he was swinging. He had his legs under him, and he put his legs into those final punches before the ref called it. Inexcusable. You do not call a fight like that. Yeah, he's wobbling a little bit. You might get your equilibrium rung as a fighter. You might be a little off. How many times have we seen guys stumble or get a little dazed and come back? Now, I'm not saying if you got his back and he's against the cage and you're beating a little snot out of him, yeah, you can call it. That's fine. But that's inexcusable. Cuțelaba had his legs under him. He threw power shots back as the ref stepped in. And if you watch that footage very slowly in slow motion, the ref was already going to start come in to literally 20 seconds before the fight was over, he was trying to stop the fight, and then he came back. Yes,
okay, I did not
watch
see
it very carefully. Watch it. And I also believe Cuțelaba, when he says he was kind of playing it a little bit.
Yeah, and let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So in the interview afterwards, he was speaking with, I think, either Lorosenko. I don't think it was Megan Olivi. Megan Olivi was probably tied up with Joe. But I think it was Lorosenko, and he told his interpreter that I was playing possum out there. I was wobbling on purpose to try to distract the guy. It was all part of the game plan, he said.
I think he was wrong at one point, but the sequence where the ref called it, where he stares sideways and he
wobbling
goes like this,
so weird.
But if you watch his eyeballs, I believe it. I believe he was playing possum in that moment because he goes like this, and then right before the ref calls it, he looks right at Magomed and throws that big punch. Watch the footage and watch it in slow motion. Go back and watch that again. I really do believe he was playing possum in that moment in time.
Really?
Yes, totally.
It almost seems like he was because he was selling it. So, dude, that was like a real big wobble. Like, you don't see that all the time. You see when a guy's wobbling, usually he's a little bit under control. But no, he was full body wobbling like crazy. So maybe he was selling it. Now that we're speaking on it more, maybe, dude, I kind of believe it. But why? Especially because now that it got stopped, it's like you're just trying to egg the guy in for a finish so you could think you could hit the counter. I've seen it happen.
It's happened many times before. I mean, in all fairness, that's happened quite a bit. Where you might play possum, you might play hurt, and then you catch a guy coming in because he's opening up because he's trying to hit that big shot against you. So what do? You just fucking counter with that straight.
He was throwing bombs too. Well, they were ugly, probably some of the most telegraphed bombs I've ever seen, but they were still bombs. If one of those connected, and plus those last few shots that Ankalaev did hit with him, those hands, those were not
they didn't land.
Well, his hands did. Chin. His hands did. They landed on the face, not his chin. He punched him in the face twice.
Right, but watch the last sequence.
They weren't power shots. They weren't the biggest power shots. They were kind of just quick shots, and they still landed. But the ref should have never. Kevin McDonald, dude, you've had fucked up stoppages before, but this one's the one on his resume that people are going to look at and be like, dude, what the fuck were you thinking?
Right.
What the fuck were you thinking? And you never know. Maybe he'll come out. Maybe he'll be on a podcast one day and he'll try to defend himself, but I really want to know what his explanation is for that. I get it. You have to protect the fighters. You have to protect these animals from themselves because they are such savages that they're willing to take extreme amounts of damage. But come on, dude. That was bad. That was, I keep saying it. It was just, it was the worst stoppage I've ever seen.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you get a few terrible stoppages like that, you're going to turn into Mario Yamasaki. You remember him. Dana White never said.
This was the exact opposite of Mario Yamasaki.
Well, of course. Yeah, Mario will let the fight go until they die. But this guy, he'll call a fight while the guy's swinging back. He's got his legs under him.
Yeah.
A little wobbly.
These are the extreme opposite ends of the spectrum on fucking shitty stoppages.
Yep. But you also got to do the same thing. If he's going to continue to pull fights early, give him a break. It's one. I don't want to call him a bad official or anything. No. People make mistakes. But this sort of behavior, this sort of just calling can't continue to happen.
Yeah.
Because it sucks, man. It seems like there's been drama and controversy in the last 3 or 4 fight cards.
Dude, I'm going to keep saying it every podcast, dude. It's not a UFC event without a little controversy.
I know, seriously.
time.
Every week there seems to be controversy. It's just, it kind of baffles me at this point.
It's one of my favorite things about the sport, honestly, is all the fucking drama. Right? Yeah. It's almost like high school all over again with all this shit.
With all the drama.
Yeah. There's a lot of goddamn drama going on. We'll get into it in the next episode. MMA news, little teaser there for you. But